What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today. It's that time again. We're going to be blowing off the cobwebs. We're going to be doing a little bit of MX Simulator, as I am going the wrong way straight off this start. We are going to be playing a track here today called Frostbite, and this is a track created by Seth PT, and I guess it's the first like Christmas themed track that I've seen so far between MX Bikes or MX Simulator. I mean, at least released so far this year. I guess it's Christmas themed. I mean, anytime someone slaps some snow on a track, it kind of takes that sort of place, doesn't it? And we're in the festive spirit. We've got the Santa hat model on top of Ken's head right now. I'm aware that's not his usual helmet, but our fault. Tis the season, you know. And I have to admit, I'm a big. Alexa, please stop letting me know there's someone at the door.
For all of you passionate gamers, you can now get 20% off all G Fuel products worldwide by using code LINS at checkout. And for any of you motorheads looking for some new drip or apparel, use code MXPR_LINS15 fxrracing.eu to get 15% off. All links and codes are in the description down below. Enjoy the video and drop a cheeky little like and subscribe.
It has been absolute pandemonium in the Linz household the last few days. You know, last minute Christmas deliveries getting sorted. And I usually go based on number of gifts, or our family does. We go on number of gifts, so everyone has an equal amount of things to open rather than going just based on value alone. And kind of didn't realise that I still had 2 or so more gifts that I had to order, and it's the 19th when I'm recording this, and I've ordered them today, and they say about 2 to 4 working days for delivery. So I could be cutting it a little bit short, so someone in the family might not be getting all of the gifts that they should be, but yeah, better late than never. You know, I've been so bad this year. I don't know how anyone else is usually when it comes to just shopping for gifts. If you're like really on the ball, if you're a lastminute.com person, usually I'm kind of done before the end of November. You know, I hate that last minute feeling and just sitting having to wait for things to arrive. Unfortunately, now that I do work from home all the time, the amount of times I have to go up and downstairs to answer the front door because everybody's gifts are arriving. Sometimes I get a little bit of a, not really a sneak preview in terms of I get to see what's in them, but for example, I sent a link to my mum the other day for an item of clothing from Gymshark. It was just like a jumper, just since, you know, big gym guy now, bulking and that. Shoulder's feeling a little bit better today, by the way, if anyone wants to keep up to date with the injury progress. And I had a parcel arrive a couple of days ago, and it just arrived in a big Gymshark package. So I think you can guess what it is. Which I don't understand why companies do that. I thought everything would be like quite discreet around this time of year, but then I suppose some companies, very interested, legs off. I suppose some companies do have like a little tick box saying if this item is a gift, and they'll remove like the invoice, the money wires and stuff. But yeah, I'm very surprised that it showed up with the Gymshark logo on the package itself. But it's fine. I mean, to be fair, you know what you're getting anyway when you send a link to other family members, which is something that I find myself doing more and more now as I get older. Like my family will send me links to things that they want, I'll send links to stuff I want, and then we all just end up getting it for each other. I suppose it takes a lot of the guesswork out. I do like still getting gifts or giving gifts here and there that are just complete surprise that I've done off my own back. For when I'm shopping for my girlfriend, for example, she's so easy to shop for, man. Anything kind of like cutesy or pink or fluffy, anything like that, she absolutely loves it. So it's so easy just to get things for her. And I like gift giving. I feel like that is kind of like my love language for anyone, or the way that I show appreciation is by giving stuff to people. I very rarely go and like splash the cash out on myself and get myself things, unless it's like big one-off purchases, if it's like a PC, for example, or a monitor, just things like that. But I never really buy stuff for myself too often, which I'm not sure what that's all about. This is also, by the way, the first video or first time that I'm playing MX Simulator after updating to this, I think it's called like a tread update. So you can actually see, not erode, because it's not eroding away, it's just a visual tread. But it really surprises me that it's taken 16 years to have an update where you can see where you've ridden on the track that isn't just erode. I have no idea how this works with road, because obviously the tyre track here is very narrow, which I like, by the way. I like that it's 1-to-1 with the width of the tyre. But then I don't think the erode is ever 1-to-1, so I wonder if this ends up messing anybody up when it comes to online races. And I've been kind of debating over the last few days. You know, in my live streams, people mention sim here and there. I really have been debating on if I want to try getting a little bit better at the game and try and qualify for 1 or 2 Supercross rounds. And I just don't think I can anymore. I just feel like I'm so past the point now of being good at this game. It would take me probably weeks of grinding, and then I'd lose all of my MX bike speed. and still then, even after weeks and weeks of grinding, I probably would still barely even qualify in. Like Sim is so competitive at this point, because I don't think there's much left of a casual community in Sim. I think it is the hardcore competitors, and then that's kind of really it. I feel like at the moment Bikes is very community / casual based when you load up server lists, and then Sim is the opposite, where it's people grinding out the Supercross tracks. But I don't know how I feel about it. Maybe if I get bored one evening, I'll try my best, but I can't see it going all that well. The main reason being is that the way that this game and Bikes are played are completely different to each other, so I find it very difficult to be like a level above good, better than good at both games. I feel like you can be okay at both games, but trying to switch back and forth between each of them, I honestly find really, really hard. Oh my god, please don't get another legs off. Oh, that was close. So I am on a 450 right now. I feel like this track probably isn't made for a 450. The scaling is quite on the low end, but I just wanted a reason to rock the Ken Roxon gear. I don't know why, I just really fancied it. I feel like I run Jet's old stuff all the time. I'm always got the number 18 on the Honda, but times change, things change. I did see when I went to download this track, someone released Chase Sexton's new setup with all the KTM stuff, so that could be cool to dabble into at some point in time. Can't lie, I am a little bit on the tired side today too. I mean, I had my sleep pattern like pretty bang on. I'd got it all back on track for quite a while, just going to bed around midnight, waking up about 9ish. But yeah, the last few days I've started slipping back into that old routine again of maybe like 2 p.m. to 4 p.m.-ish. And the issue is right now, next door, some of you will know this, some of you won't, they was doing like the shed roof for quite some time. Turns out they're doing like a whole conversion in that shed, and because we've got quite an old boy that lives next door, so they're putting in like a downstairs like toilet for him and everything like that, so he hasn't got to keep walking upstairs all the time. And it's like every morning that she bang on 8:30 it happens, which some people are like 8:30 is not early at all, what you want about? Like, but when you go to sleep at 2 to 4 a.m.-ish, it can feel a little bit early, and it's not a nice wake-up call being woken up by power tools all the time. So I'm a little bit on the EP side right now, but I'm trying to step up the live stream game, trying to stream a little bit more, mostly because I know that I'm not going to be able to do it for a good week and a half-ish over the Christmas period, just because I'm going to take some time off. I just want to get ahead of the game, get ahead of the ball a little bit. And it's definitely good to have breaks in life so you don't burn yourself out or you don't get too tired or fed up of doing something. At the same time, though, I've seen time and time again, if you do ever take a break from like uploading or streaming on YouTube in general, it has a big old detrimental effect. It's like you constantly have to be in people's brains, like constantly just showing up on the YouTube time and time again for them to keep watching. As soon as you disappear for a week or so, even when you come back, it's like, I'm just not really interested in it anymore. I've seen it happen to many, many big creators. So for someone with a channel as small as mine, you definitely do have to be on the ball. You got to be consistent. You got to stick to it. Can I actually get this rhythm nice? I can. I feel like I could step over that table and then maybe double out. I think the track does have a good flow. It's not the biggest track in the world. It's just average size Supercross track. I like that the scaling isn't huge. It is a little bit more one-to-one than a lot of the tracks that you see in the game these days. But the rhythms, you can definitely get some different rhythms going through them. This one seems quite straightforward, so I feel like if you triple in, that's probably fastest, but I don't want to try and push the envelope too much just yet. I am fairly happy with how I'm playing, though. And, I mean, this kind of stems to MX Bikes as well. For whatever reason, No, I can't quad that. That's asking a little bit too much. For whatever reason, I find Supercross in this game and in MX Bikes easier than outdoors. I feel like that's a little bit of a controversial topic. Some people find outdoors a lot easier, but I don't know what it is. I think because Supercross is so consistent, like you know what you're getting from track to track. Once you've learned how to hit 180 turns, once you've learned how to hit whoops, once you've learned how to triple into rhythm sections, you can kind of transfer it across to every Supercross track, whereas outdoors is always changing. It's like constantly changing. The only thing you have to worry about in Supercross, at least these days, is how the erode changes the track. Like on Sim, it makes the corners very, very treacherous. At least it did when I used to play with erode. I think they've kind of fine-tuned the erode settings a bit more these days, so it's a little bit more predictable and more visible as well. That's the important thing. You can actually see where the erode's forming. And then on bikes, it tends to make the tracks quite a bit faster. You can just hook into the corners better, but then it causes some kicks on jump faces. So one lap you'll downside something absolutely fine, and then the next lap you'll hit the same takeoff in the same place at the same speed, and you'll almost accidentally quad rather than downside in the triple. It's really, really weird. You have to kind of adapt your speed on the fly. So again, two completely different ways of playing the games, which means that it's very difficult to switch from one to the other. But I'm liking this so far. Like, I haven't had as many front-end issues as I thought I would. That's always quite difficult for me when I change game, is I feel like you can trust the front end on, or at least you can push the front end a lot more on bikes. On sim, you have to be a bit more wary, because if you lean over too far, then the front end will tuck on you, etc. My biggest issue so far that I seem to be having is when I'm coming up a little bit short on some of the jumps, my rider is ejecto-seato in his legs. But I don't have any sort of proper suspension or setup at all. People ask about my setup on this game a lot, so feel free to pause the video at different bits. So if I go into bike setup, this is all screen 1. This is all my suspension that I literally ride on every single track. I don't change it from track to track all the time like some people do. And this is my advanced. The reason I don't change any of this is so that when I do disappear from this game for a month at a time, there's at least like a level of familiarity to it when I come back. I've not got to like constantly keep relearning stuff. So if anyone was interested in what my sim setup was, there you go. Hope you enjoy. There's nothing that's like super like out there or really unique or like just different about this track at all. It is a solid Supercross track. It fits a theme. It's got like snow falling all around me, and 'tis the season. You know, 'tis the season to be jolly. And I don't mind getting some snow tracks. I'm hoping that we get a couple more, whether it's on sim or on bikes, over this next week or so leading up to Christmas. Mostly because I just want to be able to pre-record a bunch, so I can sit on my cheeks doing nothing for a week or so. But then also just because I enjoy the vibe. I like getting Christmassy. I'm quite a festive person. I like gift giving. I like seeing family. I like seeing friends, and just being able to eat my body weight in food, have a few drinks, have a laugh. And it's the best time of year for me. It really, really is. I know for some people it can be the worst when it comes to like money, or if you have family issues, etc. Just try and make the best of it that you possibly can. You know, there's always some sort of joy to be had over Christmas. I'm adamant. I don't believe anyone can not find anything positive about it at all. But no, Cephii, I feel like it's a fairly enjoyable track. You know, I enjoy it. It looks fairly decent as well, with the snow dotted around all over the place. Thank you for taking my tyre tread virginity as well. I think it's something so small, something very, very simple that I feel like this game should have had for such a long time. But it looks cool. It does a job, and it makes you feel at least like there are some, I guess, dynamic changes happening whilst you're riding around. You're not just riding on the same like bit of Play-Doh terrain over and over and over again. So good job, JLV, for that one. And I think I might do it for me. I'm gonna love you and leave you there. The Supercross videos always seem to be a little bit shorter than the outdoor ones, but I feel like they get a little bit repetitive sometimes too. But let me know your thoughts on the Supercross season, if you think I should even bother, or if there's not really much point anymore. I've not even seen any announcements as far as MX Simulator Supercross goes. I don't know what's happening, if it's the same old situation with RF as it is each year, but we'll see. I'll do a little bit of research after this video. I'll try and find out, but that'll do it for me. If you enjoyed, please do drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I would greatly appreciate it, and have a lovely rest of the day, whatever you're up to. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.